Welcome today to the live stream. In this video today, I am going to talk about a really important topic for singers that can make a huge difference in the quality, resonance, and sound of their voice. I'm going to go over 5 vocal massage techniques for singers to release tension and actually increase sound. So vocal massage is a little known tool that I have used for decades within my technique and co-vocal method to improve singers' voices. We're seeing a lot more of that conversation now on socials, which is great to see. But it is I have baked it inside my co-vocal method precisely because of the benefits that it brings. Singing in general is a very physical event, and singers run out of steam from professional performances, and the muscles, as you sing, there's a certain amount of tightness, constriction, and inflammation that come from inflammation of the actual vocal folds that come from one performance. So when you sing repeatedly over and over and over again without ever addressing the muscles surrounding the voice, you can very easily start to have hoarseness, raspiness. Your voice isn't recovering as quickly as possible. As usual, you'll notice a diminishment of your range, a decrease in your range, your high notes, a little harder to hit. It takes a longer time to warm up. These are some of the indications of starting to have issues with your voice that can very easily be turned around. And it's important to turn them around, because if you don't, it can lead to more serious vocal problems. Those of you that perform regularly know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you that perform occasionally may not really notice that very much. But once you're actually performing regularly, there's a lot of wear and tear on the voice. So I teach these, what I call self-vocal massage and release techniques inside of the co-vocal method, which is a method that I formulated over the last 5 years after teaching for almost 4 decades now in New York City. And this technique really had the potential of a method, and I formulated it into a method it's based on 40 years of vocal science. It's a complete master holistic voice building system that dramatically improves the vocal sound and performance while protecting and preserving the health of the voice and the longevity. And that is the key element there, the differentiator in this technique versus techniques which are just adjusting the sound on the surface of the voice and changing the sound in the vocal tract, manipulating the sound in the vocal tract, which can actually cause more problems. So let's dive in. You can learn more about the co-vocal method on our website at carriecoyle.com. You'll see a page called the co-vocal method. You can learn it inside my Vocal Freedom Circle, which is an 8-week online self-study, or you can come and join my Vocal Mastery program, which is closing tomorrow, which is my year-long program, which teaches level 1 and level 2. And when it closes tomorrow, it's not opening for a couple of years, because next year I'm teaching level 3, which this level is a prerequisite for. So be sure to check out all the links to not miss the opportunity. So let's dive in and let me give you some of these incredible vocal massage techniques. The 5 that I'm going to go over today. One is vocal massage technique 1, vocal massage technique 2. Then I'm going to talk about laryngeal manipulation therapy, then body work modalities for singers, and acupuncture for singers. So while it's not massage, it is going in there to release the key points of tension that can get there even quicker and faster and easier. So vocal massage is the practice of massaging the muscles surrounding the vocal instrument, including the neck and the jaw and the shoulders and the laryngeal muscles. We even go into the intercostal muscles as well for diaphragms that are stuck. Vocal massage is proven to reduce tension and improve vocal production, health, and longevity. So besides finding a massage that focuses on, vocal masseuse, which is not easy to find, but easier today, there's more people talking about it, there's more of an interest in it. We have found that through applying our specific vocal-related self-massage techniques, which I'll show you 2 today, singers have considerably improved the quality of their voices without seeing a practitioner. Vocal massage helps with the following issues: hoarseness, tightness and muscle aches, in and around the throat, including muscular tension dysphonia, strained voice, sudden breaks or fading of the voice, tender or tight neck muscles, loss of range in singers, feeling the need to clear the throat, hoarseness that comes about after speaking. If you're speaking for a couple hours or speaking for an hour, whether it's singing or speaking, feeling a lump in the throat, heavy gag reflex, and of course, even neurological issues. So inside my vocal mastery program, we have helped one client last year who suffered from Lyme disease and had neurological damage to her voice. And we have fully regained her speaking voice, and she has joined us for another year to regain her singing voice. And we have regained almost a full octave of her singing voice at this point. So by the end of the year, she should have her singing voice back. And this is after all other modalities, doctors, specialists completely failed her. So that is the power of what I'm teaching you in the techniques that I teach, in the method I teach, and inside also using laryngeal massage and vocal massage as a tool to help reduce the tension. So vocal massage helps to soothe the throat muscles, reduce the strain in the instrument. So here, let's just start with this first one. It's very, very simple. So you would take your fingers, take the pads of your first 3 fingers, and you put them on either side of your throat and just relax the jaw. So keep the lips closed, but sort of feel like your jaw is heavy, and gently move the throat back and forth like this. The laryngeal muscles are all soft cartilage. They should easily glide back and forth horizontally in the throat. If they're not, it's because you have a lot of tension. So if you feel any cricking or cracking or that kind of thing going on, there's a lot of fascia, muscle, cartilage, tendon, a lot of things going on here, but it should move when the vocal muscles are more released. It should move freely. That's a journey for some people. Some people have a tremendous amount of tension here, and if you sing a lot and you've never done this kind of work, you might find that it's quite tight. Okay, so gently massage the throat back and forth to relax and gently stretch out the throat muscles to decrease tension pre-performance before singing. This motion helps to relax and open the throat before singing. Now notice how I'm even doing it as I'm speaking. I'm not poking, I'm not pushing. It's a very gentle motion back and forth that is rocking the laryngeal, the thyroid cartilage, right? And so if your throat muscles feel tight, it's not unusual, but it is an indication that you need to work on releasing the throat muscles in this area. And regular massage will help. The second technique that I want to teach you is the laryngeal drop and pull down. Both of these techniques we do inside my co-vocal method. So I bring all of these techniques I'm teaching you today right inside the method. So you're practicing these movements every single day. If you want to experience a free version at the to feel these release sequences, you can join our Better Voice Challenge, which you'll find on our website, and I walk you through 8 release sequences. Marie's saying, I found a round ball at the top. Is this normal, or swelling of the lymph nodes? No, swelling of the lymph nodes would be further back. Probably what you're feeling is the hyoid bone. So there is a floating bone that is at the top of the throat, so you're probably on that floating bone. So you can kind of feel it poking out. That's fine to include the hyoid bone, although I do focus a little bit more on the laryngeals, just a tiny bit further down. But everyone is different. Everyone's anatomy is slightly different. Some people's hyoids are sitting right on top of the laryngeal cavity. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. So vocal massage technique 2. So inside my Singer's Gift warm-ups, we do what I call the larynx pull down. And this helps to lower the laryngeal muscles, which get pushed up with regular singing. Some singers' larynxes naturally sit higher, which can cause issues with register shifts and cause cracks or breaks in the sound, or just an instability in the consistency of the voice. Okay, so put your finger at the top of your throat and swallow. And you feel emotion up when you swallow. And then begin a yawn. Watch my finger. You feel a drop when the jaw goes down and you yawn in the back and the throat slips down, right? So try it again, keeping your finger here, and yawn a little bit more in the back. And another motion besides the yawn is to bring an imaginary glass to your lips like you're going to drink, and try that. Sometimes that works even better than the yawn, right? So when you bring that imaginary glass to your lips like you're going to drink, you feel the throat slip downward. That's a good feeling to experience in your voice because you want your larynx to be able to drop easily like that, to open the back of the throat for singing. We practice these motions inside. I'm going to add one little piece to it, but we practice these motions inside the technique regularly, and we put you into positions where the larynx sits lower as you're vocalizing, because you can't push it down, nor should you. Don't try to manipulate this on your own. You should really come and learn the technique to do it correctly. But when you're doing it correctly, when the larynx is sitting down, and we do it in a natural way, not a forced way ever, then the larynx, along with these massages and the one I'm going to show you now, helps to restore the voice and create a deeper bed for the larynx, so it's not pushed up too high and unstable. Okay. So now we're going to go back to that idea of the imaginary glass to your lips, and put your fingers on either side. So 2 pads of 2 fingers and your thumb on either side near the top of the throat, and do that imaginary drinking. And just do that a few times. You feel it drop down, right? So if you're not feeling a drop down, you're very tight there. And singers that perform a lot might be very tight there. Okay. But over time, it starts to open up, right? So now we're going to put our fingers here, and we're going to do that imaginary drink. And then we're going to slightly, gently glide, but with a little pressure on the sides, glide downward. So you're going to inhale, drink, and pull down as you exhale. So inhale, drink, pull down. And then just do it without the drinking, maybe. Inhale and pull down. Exhale. So what this does is it helps to return the larynx to more of really a neutral position instead of high. And you might even find some mucus coming up. It kind of clears the throat, and it also gets the larynx sitting a little bit lower, so you can access your full range. So it helps to restore the voice, recover the voice from issues like hoarseness or over singing or things like that. And once it's programmed, this is a motion you want to get on autopilot, connected to your inhale, really, like ah, ah, right before I sing, but there's no tension in the movement, right? So you want to get that movement really established inside the voice. We program it in using our specific methodology. You will notice that singing becomes more natural, right? Your tone becomes rounder, your sound is more resonant and more effortless, right? And for those of you ready to jump in, come and learn the technique inside the Vocal Freedom Circle, which is an 8-week study, self-study, where we do all of this alongside this amazing master technique that has 75 exercises in it in level 1, or jump into our vocal mastery program closing tomorrow for 2 years. So it's a year-long program, but once I close it tomorrow, it won't open again for 2 years. We just extended final call to tomorrow. It's 25% off until the end of day tomorrow. And you'll learn level 1 and level 2. Number 3, and that's the Vocal Mastery Program. So Vocal Freedom Circle, self-study, 8-week, Vocal Mastery Program, 1 year. Number 3 is laryngeal manipulation therapy. So the acronym is LMT. So laryngeal manipulation, vocal massage. This is laryngeal manipulation that we're doing. Along with vocal massage, they're a similar thing, although laryngeal manipulation therapy was developed by a German guy. I can't remember what his title is, if he's a masseuse or how he came to it. but it uses gentle external motions to examine the voice box, assessing the state of tension, joint movement, general function, and applying gentle mobilizing techniques to resolve tension and stresses and restore vocal function. So it's used primarily for all the things that I mentioned prior: hoarseness, raspiness, tightness, aching in the voice, strained voice, loss of range, lump in the throat, feeling need to clear the throat, muscular tension, dysphonia, and even neurological damage. Over on the blog, you'll find out more information, because every time I teach, I go live on Wednesdays, I'm following the blog outline that I've laid out for you guys. So you'll find more information on carriecole.com/blog, and join our list to get that easy in your inbox each week. The fourth is bodywork modalities. So bodywork helps singers by addressing those physical tensions as a part of vocal production. The voice is inseparable from the body. The voice is an instrument housed inside the body. So tension in the areas of the shoulders and the neck and the jaw and the back and the tongue, all of these things can, and in the intercostal muscles surrounding the diaphragm, can restrict breath flow, limit resonance, and create strain in the voice, especially over time, making it difficult to sing with ease and power. That's why a lot of people come to me in their late 30s or 40s, and maybe they had a natural voice, but their voice is starting to break down, or their range is starting to decrease. And it's less of a sign of aging. It's actually not a sign of aging. It is a sign of vocal dysfunction. So from singing over a period of time without using the proper techniques. And this method is only found here. So nobody else teaches this method at this moment. We have teachers we are certifying as of April 2026 is our first round of teachers, and we just are enrolling our second round of teachers. So if you're interested in learning how to teach the method, go to the carriecole.com/vocal-mastery-program, and there's a certification adjunct you can add on to the program to get certified to teach. And this is the last time teaching this again for a couple of years. And I think we have about 10 people enrolled in certification. It closes tomorrow. So bodywork practices such as yoga, the Alexander technique, Rolfing, structural integration, somatic release, fascia release. These are all practices that help to release these tensions that build up in our fascia, in our muscles, and then in our bodies, that then affect the voice and create tension, which decreases the freer movement and better breath support required for singing, right? So when the body is aligned and relaxed, and the vocal muscles, the compensatory muscles are stripped away, and the vocal muscles are strengthened correctly, what we do in the co-vocal method, then the diaphragm and the ribs and the abdominal muscles and the vocal muscles can all work together, creating a steady and supported airflow that powers the voice without strain. I can't tell you how many singers I have had come to me from other methods that they actually contracted nodules or vocal problems. So you have to understand, this is one of the very, very, very few. I have not found another that is this thorough in addressing these issues for singers for health and longevity. So body work, I incorporate body work into things like Alexander and Feldenkrais right into the method. And then body work going for sessions is recommended at least once a month as a general. I would say if you have vocal problems, then you need to go more regularly. And one of my singers I just recommended, something a lot of people don't know, is that physical therapy, PT, is covered by most insurance. So I had her look into it because she has tremendous tension in her neck and, rounded shoulders and forward head and all of this, which causes disconnection from the breath and the support of the body, causes vocal strain and over time deterioration of the voice. So I had her look into it, and indeed, she gets 12 sessions that are paid for by her insurance company. So look into physical therapy. I don't know if that's a thing outside of US. I know physical therapy is. I don't know about insurance outside the US, but I know inside the US. But I would imagine it is covered. Um, and so now she gets to go and get that deeper body work done to help free her instrument so that she can function better. So body work really fosters a deep connection between the body and the mind and the breath and the voice, and frees up the fascia, which, you can have fascia kind of, pulling you like from your navel, causing a problem in your shoulder, causing a problem in your neck. So body work is an incredible tool, and there are many modalities to try. The last thing I'll talk about is acupuncture. I think while it's not a specific massage technique, acupuncture is extremely effective in releasing muscle tension for singers. I've had several singers I've referred to specific acupuncturists here in New York that have helped them recover from nodules, the work that we did together alongside the technique and the vocal therapy, which is part of our technique. We have warm-ups, we have vocal therapy, we have cool downs that reduce inflammation on the vocal folds, we have voice building. This is all part of our method. And then we have fundamental exercises addressing specific issues, and then a really extensive library in terms of really establishing the laryngeal resistance, stripping away the compensatory muscles, and building the core muscles. And singers emerge with a strong and resilient voice. So acupuncture is another tool that can really help in the healing of vocal fold lesions, nodules, polyps. A randomized controlled trial found that genuine acupuncture led to significant improvements in vocal function and structural healing of lesions. So, an analysis concluded that acupuncture alone resulted in higher clinical effective rate and better vocal analysis compared to Western medicine or Chinese herbal medicine alone, although vocal training was found to be more effective for long-term outcomes. So I like to use it alongside. I will do a custom practice regimen for singers that are recovering from vocal issues. If you've had nodules in the past, that's an indication that the technique, it could occur again, because the technique, it'll come back because you're using the voice incorrectly. So it's important to learn how to sing correctly so you don't then acquire that problem again, right? So I have 5 minutes left, so I will open it up for questions for anyone. A reminder to come and learn our incredible cold vocal method based in 40 years of vocal science, 100 years of application to reduce tension and increase resonance and sound, build the overtone series, build the legato line. You won't believe the difference in your voice. It can be used alongside any other technique. It's for all genres, because we're not manipulating the sound on the surface. We're not making you sound like an opera singer. We're not telling you how to sound, which is more of a style thing. We're actually improving the natural sound in the core of the instrument. We're stripping away the compensatory muscles and the tensions, and then developing the core strength of the core voice. And a lot of people haven't heard about it because it hasn't been out there. And I have been teaching for, almost 4 decades now out of my studio in New York, but haven't really brought it to the bigger public. But I felt a need over the last, 3 or 4 years to do that. So we're going out there in a much bigger capacity, so you'll start hearing about it. But it's not found in any university. It's not found in any other place other than here. And remember to join me every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook, where I discuss the content on the blog weekly and talk about voice and the importance of building a strong and resilient, healthy singing voice that you can have for your entire life, and also how to manage it when you're singing regularly, or how to recover from issues. Keep in mind that aging is not, you won't lose your voice and your range as you age if you have good technique. So the way that you sing is more the indicator of what will happen as you age. It's not inevitable. Singers that have really good vocal technique can sing. I was listening to Magda Oliveira, who's a very famous opera singer, who's now, I think, turned 100 or just over 100. And there's a credible Instagram video of her singing, even with her osteoporosis, because her technique is so good. She sounds incredible. So there's no reason to lose your voice as you age, and it's not necessary. It's an indication of using the wrong muscular system, using the muscles incorrectly, and not using the body correctly to support the voice. Well, if there's any questions, I'll look over here on Instagram, on my Instagram feed. How to gaze sound from the chest voice. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean raised sound? How about hormonal changes? Nodules are gone now. Yes, but they can come back if you don't correct your singing technique. Thank you, Angela. You're most welcome. Hormonal changes. Hormonal changes, I mean, I've been through all of the hormonal changes possible. I am postmenopause. And I have, not noticed any changes in my voice. But if someone is taking medication for hormones, there are indications sometimes, depending on what those medications are, of changes to pitch in terms of range. But I have stayed away from using substances like that. I might use an herbal yam formula or something, but that's not strong enough to cause changes in the voice. But that's a good question. Anybody else have any last minute question? Anyone interested in joining us for the program? It ends tomorrow. I know some of you are in the program. Just give us a thumbs up or a heart if you've joined us. Our second class is today. We close registration tomorrow. It's an incredible opportunity to really feel a shift in your voice, a transformation in your voice. Some of the testimonials are just outstanding. One artist who joined us last year said, I'm not afraid of the high notes anymore. I have extreme breath control and stamina on tour. People have told her, I've never heard your voice sound as strong and powerful as it is now. That's Melissa Lensgaard. She's in the band Robin Melissa, and she performs kirtan out of Seattle, Washington, and they tour all over the world. So she joined us last year and really didn't have any technique behind her, and it's just extraordinary what has happened with her voice. I've been diagnosed with vocal cord dysfunction probably, right? I have laryngeal spasms. Are there exercises help with that? Absolutely. Absolutely. We have recovered voices from neurological damage due to Lyme disease and muscle tension dysphonia. So yes, it's extremely therapeutic in nature, and everything that you learn has vocal health baked into it. So absolutely feel free to reach out to the team, take a look at the page itself and learn more about the method. Yes, we'd love to help you. Never need to lose your voice. It's, just because you have a diagnosis doesn't mean anything. The voice with the right information, with the right techniques, with the right tools can heal. Yes. So I think I will head out. We have a full day over here. Any questions, write into info@carriecole.com. We're happy to help you and get you enrolled before we close tomorrow, or tell you more about the technique. You might want to join our 8-week program that goes throughout the year. So pleasure being with you today. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Have a great day, everyone.